Hello, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel, back here in Lakewood, New Jersey at Nomad RVs. I got Steve on the channel today. He's going to give us a full tour of his newest Sprinter campervan creation. So join us.
Patrick, thank you for having me. This is my latest client build for a customer in New Jersey. This is a 2020 Sprinter 170 Extended 2500 4x4. Basically the biggest van on the market you can get. We got ourselves a queen bed, full queen. So it's a 60 by 80, not the RV short, and a bunch of other goodies inside. Come on in. Came with factory swivel seats. Continuing on the driver's side, we got ourselves a little prep area, microwave, goes to a shower, bench, and then your bed. Passenger side, once you go from the bed, you got your other side of your bench, and then a galley kitchen. Basically the quick and dirty layout. Now we'll go through in some detail of it. So starting on the driver's side, we have a drawer, fully boxed out, RV Lux. You have storage for bigger items inside here. You have a Dometic 110 liter big boy refrigerator, vent as always. Up above, you got a nice butcher block countertop, plenty of space for prep, anything you're going to put in your nice microwave up above here. Outlet for whatever you want to blend up, plug things in, whatever you got to do. You got your switches, both dimmer switches. This is your shower. You can dim it. You want to set the mood where you're taking your own shower. And then you got your main switch for your main part of the van. That's also on a dimmer. The bedroom has its own switch. We'll show you that too. You have a 24 by 36 inch shower. This customer chose a Dometic cassette toilet. We have choices for every toilet you could find on Google. Whatever you want. Retractable screen door. And then a nice handheld wand for your shower and get all your body parts. The shower goes into its 20-gallon gray tank. It is also heated, has an electric ball valve to dump, has a garden hose attachment for responsible gray water dumping. Up on the ceiling, this is 1/4-inch cedar. Above that, insulation-wise, is always thin slate in all our vans. On the walls, it is double layered thin slate. We have the shiplap with nickel gap walls. This customer wanted painted white. On the floor, waterproof flooring. Below that's 3/4 inch subfloor. Below that is 1/2 inch polyiso insulation too. Quick overview of just the systems. We'll go into a little more depth when we get to the back. But there is 600 amp hours of lithium. The inverter is a Victron 12/3000 inverter charger. Then we have our, solar charger. This has 350 watts of solar. There is a lot more room for more if the customer so chose, but he does want to leave a little bit on the roof space in case he wants to add a roof box or some things he wants for later on. Up front, we have a Max Air fan. That's the 7500K, 10 speeds indoor, in and out. Behind there, we have a Dometic 12-volt air conditioning, super efficient. It's going to last quite some time on 600 amp hours of lithium. And then we'll jump into the galley side, the passenger side kitchen here. Residential faucet. You want to spray stuff. It can swivel outside. You want to spray something off. There's also an outdoor shower we'll show you. Got yourself a little sink here. Below that is its own 5-gallon gray tank. You can dump that into the shower to dump it later, or again when you're at a dump station or something like that. We have a huge set of drawers on this side. Huge space in all these drawers. There's 6 of them in total. You'll have a spot for an induction cooktop too. We include a single burner. That's going to be placed up here. You got your outlets here to use it. Or also again, if you want to put blenders, Ninja, appliances and so on and so forth. Plenty of power for all that stuff in here. You got your water pump switch close to the sink. And then your water heater. That's also a 12-volt heater. We'll talk about that in the back. And then you have your inverter switch. Turn that on when you want to use your outlets, or if you want to be charging the van when you're plugged in. On this side, again, 170 extended, massive storage. This is 10 full feet of upper storage in here. I don't know what he's going to fit in here, but it's pretty much everything. Going past that is a 35-inch wide bench that also turns into a bed. This is Sunbrella fabric. Teak is the color he chose for that. There is some storage on both sides underneath. Then you have your table top. In the back garage, there is a board that gets placed between the two benches once you remove the table From there, you're going to take the 2 bench cushions bottom, slide them in, and then take your 2 back cushions and put those down, and that's going to give you a 35-inch by 68-inch long bed for additional adult, or even, you know, two kids could even sleep on that size. Down in this bench, there is the SPAR S2D2 heater. There's a duct in here for the main area, and a duct that goes back into the garage for a heated garage. In there, you don't want to cover the heater. What we're going to do is there's going to be spots for tool storage, bulk storage from, you know, random items for him. On this side, he wanted a gun safe, so we have a nice safe in there that is coated, key override. Also, you have your ball valves for your stainless braided lines that go to your sink for winterizing. In the back, you wanted access to the garage from the front, also for longer items, say like skis and whatnot. So once you get in the tabletop in the right position, you can open that up, and you got pretty big access back to the garage. So behind the driver's side, where the shower is, above the bench, you have your light switch that controls the 4 lights over the bed. You also have your heater switch, which is nice to have by your bed in case you want to turn it back on if you didn't have it set up to break the cold in the morning. And then you also have a switch here for your dump valve for the gray water tank underneath. Another cabinet, about 30 inches or so. And then above here, you got yourself a little cell phone spot, because you have a USB port underneath there to charge while you're sleeping. Both lights actually have it. And then these are nice, you know, movable LED reading lights. This is the 60 by 80 bed that you can see it's all carpeted, nice inside here, it's comfortable. And then because it's the way the van is shaped, you have a smaller spot in the back there, about 69 inches, that's where your girl can lay. I'm going to take you now to the outside. We show you how we got the 80-inch bed. You might have noticed in the back, there's no windows. Customer wanted more privacy, so we just put panels there. There's no window on the sliding door. Again, he wanted privacy. He does have bug screens and also blackout curtains for the front for when that's necessary. So here is the one side of the Backland Expedition Gear pods. So these are bed lines. We get them actually bed line from the factory just to save time for the customer. But inside this too, it's also 1-inch insulation that you don't get on other people's products. Rundown on this side is you got your gravity fill for your 25-gallon tank. Inside here, this is access for your water pump, also your hose for your outdoor shower, hot and cold water. There's a low point drain there, shut-off valves, and a few other maintenance components inside there. Here you can see where the storage is that makes the bench into a bed. In the back you have access there, that's your 12-volt hot water heater. Also has your bypass valves for the hot water heater. You have 60-inch depth, 36-inch wide storage in the garage, and it's actually 36 inches high too. Plenty of room for mountain bikes or whatever else you want inside there. You have yourself an LED light for the garage. The bed is slatted, one for the hot climate, so you don't want the mold, the moisture underneath the mattress, so it's going to prevent that for airflow. Also has your other heater outlet here, so that's going to get you a warm bed so the garage isn't cold. You'd be amazed at the people that often put the heater under the front seat, the passenger seat, that the garage area can tend to get actually rather cold in the winter time. You got yourself another access port that'll get you to your 12-volt fuses. This big door here will get you to all your main components, shut-off switches, the breakers for the 120, so on and so forth. If you ever needed access to the entire components here, behind all these spots here, that's where the screws are. The panel will come off in one shot. This panel comes off in one shot. These corner trims are only glued on the one side so that happens. So you take off the small panel first, big panel second. And now someone like myself or anybody that needed to do something can get access, full access to everything for you. You got vented electric side because you're going to need to get some colder air in there because it can get warm, especially in the summertime. These are light switches. Left side, left box, right side, right box. And then this is your switch here. Just in a spot that's out of the way, because once you turn it on, it's actually not on because it's too warm today. So around 40 degrees, that's the tank heater, the gray tank, that'll turn on. and it heats itself up, and it turns itself on and off as needed to keep everything in working order for you. Around the driver's side, you have your 30 amp hookup. We provide a 30 amp to basically 110 adapter. The reason we use a 30 amp is because a lot of the 110s, they can, when you plug them in, because of the length of them, they get loose and they can fall out easily. So this has a twist lock on it so it doesn't come off, and then it has, you know, about a 2 foot length, and then you can attach your cord into that for your shore power. So when that's plugged in, that's going to turn on your 12/3000 Victron charger inverter. Besides that way to charge, there's 350 watts of solar on the roof, and there's also a 60 amp hour DC charger for when you're driving. I think we mentioned before, 600 amp hours of lithium and Duro Power. It's 10-year warranty on those. Great value for the money right out of Colorado. And before, when I mentioned the water heater, it's 12 volt. We showed you the switch inside. That is a Duetto 2.5 gallon 12 volt hot water heater. We import them from Australia. Great unit. Never had any problems with them. Super low amp draw on them, and we put them on every build regardless. And then down below here you have your exhaust for your heater, the Espar S2. That has auto elevation altitude adjustment up to like nearly 10,000 feet, which is great. And then you have your gray water for the shower, which is again heated, and then the ball valve to dump everything. Patrick, I appreciate you having me back on the channel. Always a good time. If you guys had any questions about this build specifically, put them in the comments on the video. I answer everybody's questions. If you have additional questions past this, you can always reach out to me, nomadrvs.com. Instagram is always easy, nomad_RVs. And there's a ton of behind the scenes. We don't post just the pretty finished pictures. We show basically everything that helps, you know, most people learn too.
Steve, always a pleasure to have you on the channel. This is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.